Hello everyone, today in this video we will be solving the question which is insert delete get random, which is under topic arrays. Okay, so what does this question mean? Okay, so firstly we'll have to initialize these things. Okay, see this is the code part which you have to fill. Okay, how many things can you see here? The first thing, randomize set. Okay, well, let me change the color. First thing is randomize set, next is insert and the remove and get random. Okay, these four things we have to initialize. Now what we are supposed to do is like I've tried the functions for these. Okay, first to initialize it, then to insert, then to remove and to get random. Okay, four functions we have to write so that it performs the following operations. Okay, so what else is there? So this is the thing. After we have done that, this will be the means the inputs. So like if someone selects randomize set, the random output should be the means some random value should get output. If you do the insert and you insert some operation, it will return true. If you remove like and you insert a element which is to be removed, it will return false if that element is not present. See, we have inserted one, they are trying to remove two. That's not possible, so I return as false. But if I insert 2 here and after that I get random, then I remove and I remove like 1, that will return me true. Why? Because 1 is present, right? And then I insert 2 and that will be false because already 2 is present, and get random, it will return some random value. Okay, so this is the operations which will happen, and let's see how to write the code. Okay, so to write the code, what we are supposed to do is, see here in the code part, let me show you the overall code. So this is the randomized set, the first part of the code, and before that we are doing three things. Okay, that's the first part, and after that this is the public randomized set first function which you have to implement. The second function is this one, insert. The third function is remove, so it's continuing here, and the fourth function is get random. Okay, so we'll be discussing each function one by one and see what's happening. Okay, so firstly, starting from here, we are initializing array list nums and a hash map locks. Okay, so that's the two things which you have to initialize to perform the following operations. So this is the nums array here, and this is the locations hash map here. Okay, so what is the functions of each of these, we'll understand when we do the insertion and deletion. Okay, so that was about the first initialization. Then coming to randomized set, just write nums is equal to new array list, locks is equal to new hash map, and this syntax. Okay, after that the randomized set will be initialized. That's the first part of the question. The second part is to implement the insert function. Insert function, suppose that val is equal to 10. Val is equal to how much? 10. Okay, that we have to insert in the this array. Okay, in this array we have to insert 10. So what we are going to check now, we are going to check like boolean contain. Boolean is a type of variable which will either contain true or false. Okay, and contain is the boolean variable's name. Locks dot contain key val. Contain key, what it will do, it will see if in locks the val is present or not. In locks, if val is present, it will return as true. If val is not present, it will return as false. Okay, now we will be checking val is present in locks or not. What is val? 10. Is 10 present in locks? No, it's not present, right? So what we will be returning is false. Okay, so here it will be false. Now since it has returned false, now we'll be checking if contains is true or false. Okay, means if this is true, then only it will execute this one. If it's false, it will not execute. Basically what we are doing is, if this turns out to be true, okay, means it already contains the element. At that time contain will be true and this line will be executed and it will return false. Return false means since the element is already present, we need not initialize again, so it will return as false. In this case it will not return as false because contain is false, so it will not execute and this will not be returned. So we have to insert that value. How are you gonna insert that value? We are inserting the value first in the locations, then in the nums. Okay, logs dot put value comma nums dot size. What is value? Value is 10, so we'll be putting here 10, and after that comma, the other thing was this one, right? Nums dot size. What is nums dot size? Nums is empty, so the size of nums is also 0, so here it will be inserted as 0, 10 comma 0. Let me write the index values 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So 10 comma 0 is inserted in the logs. Now the next step is to insert the nums value. Nums dot add val. So in nums what will be added? Val will be added. In nums val will be added in the first position. Okay, so 0 in the 0th location 10 is added, and that same thing is reflected here as well, right? In the 0th location what is present? 10. In the 0th location what is present? 10. Okay, so that's what we have done here, and then we'll be returning true because we have added a new element. Okay, that's for the insert operation. And coming to the remove operation, in this case what will happen, which value we want to remove, that we will be initializing. Let's insert some more values here. For example, like I'll be inserting these values, and then again I'll be explaining what we are supposed to do. Okay, so I've inserted some values here, 168 in the locations 1, 2 and 3. Okay, after that let's see the remove operation. First let's try to remove the value which does not exist in the array. For example, 55 is not existing in the array. Let's take val as 55 and see what happens. Bool contain logs.contains key val. Does the logs contain the value 55? No. If it's no means it will be false. If it's false means the if condition will be true. Actually we have to see this code. This is the remove operation code. So the same thing here, logs dot contain the key the value. It does not contain the value, so it will be false here. If it is false, this will be false here. Not of false is true, so this will execute, and true will return false. So if it does not contain that value, it will return false. That means the removal of unexisting element in the array is not possible. Okay, that is its indication. Okay, then what we'll be doing is, in case if it exists, like for example we'll try to remove 6. Okay, we'll try to remove 6, or we'll try to remove 1. Okay, so let's see what's happening here. First I'll get the location of the value which is inserted. How to get is logs dot get val. Logs dot get val, what it will do, logs dot get val, val is 1. What is the value of 1? Means where 1 is pointing to, 1 only, right? So the answer which will be returned is 1. So location is equal to 1, that is assigned to log, right? Logs dot get val, this is assigned to log, so log's value will be 1. Okay, now 1 is assigned to log. Then if 1 is less than nums dot size minus 1, why we are doing this check is because we are just checking if it's the last element or not. I'll tell you what's happening actually here. We are basically checking if it's the last element or not. If it's the last element which is to be deleted, for example if val was equal to 8, at that time what we could have just done is remove this from the logs also, here also just decrement its size, that's it, it's deleted. But this is some element which is in the middle, right? So we can't directly delete it. So what we'll basically do is we'll take the last element and place here, so it will be 0, sorry, it is 10, 8, 6 at that, and after that one we'll be removing this from the log, like by using the remove function of hash map, and after that we'll be decrementing the size. So the new array is this much with the one deleted. That's all what we are doing. So till now we have got the location of 1. Now what we are doing is, after we have got the location, we are checking if it's the last element. If it's not the last element, which is the last element? Last element will be stored in last one, is equal to nums dot get nums dot size minus 1. Nums dot size minus 1 is how much? Nums of size as of now is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. So 3 is the value which will be taken. So 8. Okay, 8 will be written. Nums dot get 3, that will return 8. So 8 will be taken in the last one. So it is the last value, we have got that one. Now what we are doing, nums dot set location last one. In location what will be stored? Last one. What was location? It was 1. What will be stored? 8. In the first index what will be stored is 8. In the first index what will be stored is 8. Okay, means in the index number 1 8 will be stored. Okay, now here 8 is present. That's what I have told earlier. Whichever element we want to delete, that element index we will take, and the last element we will take, that last element will be stored in that particular index, so that it will become 8 here. Next what we'll be doing is we'll be removing that same element from the logs also. Logs dot put last one comma log. Last one comma log we are putting in the this one logs. Last one is 8, log is 1. So 8 where it pointing to a new location now? 1. So 1 is put here, log value is put in the logs array, logs map. Okay, so after that we have done this is also changed. Now next step is to remove the value from the logs and remove nums dot size minus 1. So two things we are doing, from the map as well as from the array we are removing. How we are removing is like this, which is the element which is to be removed? 1. So this will be removed totally, and we are removing the last element from here, this also will be removed. Okay, means nums dot remove, see the syntax was this one, nums dot size minus 1, right? nums dot remove nums dot size minus 1. Nums dot size minus 1 is the last element, which is 8. It represents the last, and that will be removed. After that's removed, we will be returning true because we have removed the element here. Okay, so the operation was successful, so we will be returning as true. Okay, that was about the remove operation. And moving on, the last one, which is the get random. It's very simple. Return nums dot get. Nums dot get, what value we have to get? The value which is means a random value using rand function. Rand dot next int nums size. Nums size is how much? As of now it is 3, I guess. So it will return a number between 0 to 2. That number will be written here, and whatever the number comes, that index values element will be returned. Nums dot get, what index value you specify here, based on that index value, what is the element present in the location, that will be returned. So a random element will be returned. Okay, so that's all about the code. So to quickly wrap up, what we did is we have to initialize this four functions here. So before that, initialize the array list to store the nums value, initialize the hash map to store the location of the each element, and java.util.random ran for using the rand function to generate random integer. So what are the four functions asked? Initialization, insertion, and after that deletion, which is the remove, and the last one is get random. So what happens, get random means just get the random index here, and whatever index it points to, that element will be returned. And coming to initialization part, first we have initialized these two things. After that we are writing the complete syntax. Okay, that is then first and last one. The remaining are insert and delete. In insert we are checking if the key contains the value already. If it contains, will return false, else we will put the value in the map as well as in the array and return true. That's for the insertion. Coming to the last one, which is deletion, we will check if the element is present to be deleted. If it's not present, then this will be false, and this will execute and return false. Means if there is no element, if there is a if 55 is not there, if I'm trying to delete 55 from the array, that's not possible, right? So it will return as false. Okay, and if the element is present, what I'm doing is I'm just getting the location of where it's present, and at that location I'm inserting the last element. Okay, suppose that here I want to delete this element 16 and 8 is present in the last. What I'm doing is I'm putting 8 in this location, and then I'm deleting 8 from here. So what it will be, 8 will be here, and that previous element will also be deleted, and the size will be 1 lesser than the previous one. Okay, and also we do two things in the map. Also we update the new location of 8, which is this one, by the last element 8 comma, what is this location we have initially taken, right? Lock. So the 8 comma lock will be storing that location of the 8, new location of 8, as well as we will be removing 16 from the hash map. Okay, 16 comma lock was there, we'll remove 16 by this function, and after that we will remove from the nums also. We will not remove the element which is to be deleted, but we will remove the last element. The last element has been stored here in the place of previous element, and then this can be deleted, right? So this is also deleted, and the nums of size will be 1 less than the previous one. Okay, and if the means this code has ran, it has deleted some element, it will return as true. Okay, that's all.